Hello and welcome to the grand opening of Ubuntu Bikes, which is founded by Jamie Litt. At this event, the Dolly Bikes calendar for 2013 is also presented, and the beautiful photographs were done by Anya Kovacs. These bikes are beautifully handcrafted and painted and have a wonderful feel to them. It was a lovely overcast day with a cloud over Table Mountain in Salt River. And as you'll note, with these bicycles, it's not just a feast for the eyes, but you'll realize that a lot of people actually reach out and touch the bikes and feel them. The paintwork and the leatherwork on them is absolutely beautiful. I'll let you sit back and enjoy the view of the bikes, the people, and later you'll get to have a little introduction to the artists and the work that they did on the bikes.
So thank you everyone, all of you, for coming tonight and supporting this. It means a lot to see you all here in Africa. The bikes that they hand out really make a massive difference to school children who live in rural areas to get them to school, all of those sorts of things. Completely wrong. So my parents aren't anywhere, but please, a round of applause for my parents.
Well, my name is Malik Tokwe. Originally, I'm from the Eastern Cape. What I'm planning to do is to have like a portrait here.
Yeah.
So a lady's face, and then a map of an Africa there. With those two going together, and it's like, no matter where you go, home will always be there.
I was a banking clerk for at a larger banking institutions in South Africa, but I've always been freelancing on the side, doing mostly photography for organizations like Chimurenga, Hype Magazine, the Cape Town One City Festival.
Okay.
I've been working with them, and also just doing passion projects as well.
But how on earth, if you're doing banking, how on earth did you have this kind of artistic skill? Were you doing art on the side? Did you do art at school? Did you study art?
Well, I've always been sketching in a pen and a pad.
Okay.
Left to my own devices as a kid. I'd always be drawing something or other. I remember drawing big 18 vans influenced by 80s TV culture.
Okay.
I'd always be drawing whatever I see and drawing from my imagination of what I'd seen. And I always kept that alive. I never really pushed that to one side. I'd always be trying to combine my visual art understanding with other people's projects and collaborating.
Okay.
And right now I'm working on my bike, and I am doing stenciling. I'm doing Delicious Monster leaves because my website is called Delicious Monster. So that's the sort of inspiration behind it, and yeah.
So what you stencil them, and then are they airbrushed onto them?
Yeah, these I airbrushed yesterday. Well, they weren't actually airbrushed; they were with the spray gun. And then I'm going to work with pens into them to give more detail. So this is basically the sort of basic flat that I'm going to work on too.
Okay, classic.
I like bright, colorful stuff.
Indeed, the way you dress.
Yeah, because I mean, being bright and colorful is a very important thing, especially when you're on a bicycle. You need to be visible.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. So I thought being visible is as bright and not loud, but like, you know, people need to say, oh, there's somebody on a bicycle, and that became like the yellow part. I did the yellow first, but I thought, you know what, I wanted to be visible, but I wanted to have something that you can see from far and from near. So if you look at the bike a bit closely, you can see the yellows everywhere, but then the artwork is detailed bit by bit so that it doesn't take over the artwork. I mean, it doesn't take over the bike, so you actually don't see what it is. So from far you can see the yellow, and then when you come close, you can see the little patterns. And then when you stand maybe like a meter to a meter and a half away, you can start seeing the words like Ubuntu here, UBU, NTU. And then when you come closer, you can see even more detail where it says a lot of letters like A, F, R, I, C, A, which says Africa. You know?
Brilliant.
So I worked on that, and then on top of that, I just thought, you know what? If it's going to be yellow, the colors need to complement or actually contrast to each other. So in the color wheel, when you look at yellow, the color that's on the opposite side is purple, and when you look at blue, the opposite color is orange. Okay. And then on top of that, purple and blue are so close to each other, and they complement each other, but then also orange and yellow complement each other. So it's a whole technical stuff, but at the same time, it's an artwork because I thought about the artwork first, and I thought, you know, how can I make it good for somebody to actually see and realize what's going on as well. So there's a lot of things that I just put in mathematically and artistically as well to make this whole thing. So that's how I ended up coming up with this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Most welcome, man.
I'm Lorraine, I'm a freelance artist at the moment, and I'm currently working on my first bicycle, which you can see over there. I've experimented with some masking and airbrushing, but it's a very new medium for me, so I'm just going to hand paint it, so I'm just making sure my palette's ready.